Okay, there we go. Hello. Welcome to Left for Random Talk. For any of you who are joining the stream right now, I'm HH as usual. You can unmute now, Rev.
Hold on. I was doing something.
That's alright.
Give me a moment.
And that's Rev. Welcome to Left for Random Talk. This is a podcast we host every Thursday unless we decide to switch it up and host it on Wednesdays. Rare occasions for that.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about games, we talk about movies, TV shows. For the most part, we do kind of share opinions on these things and news that people probably didn't know about.
Yep. Yeah, so hold on. I'm trying to bring the stream because someone wants to follow it as we're going about it. I'm just trying to find the YouTube. Ah, here we go. I found the link. So grab that, copy, give that. All right, and that should do.
All right.
There you go, man. So tonight's topics, and oh boy, do we have a doozy of them. So I'm just gonna go fetch the list real quick. You know, our list of topics, our ever-growing list of topics these days.
Yep.
All right, so here we go. Oh, it is raining. I just heard the rain hit my window.
Nice.
That's concerning. All right, so tonight's list is of the following: Halo SPV3 dev leader Masters doxed one of his own devs and bullied others of his team. Major scumbag right there, people. Bluehole Studios, aka PUBG devs, drops lawsuit. Kind of expected as much. Warner Brothers versus Bethesda lawsuit. Someone stole someone's coding. Who's in the right and who's in the wrong? Who knows? Finally talking about Hunt Down the Freeman, what Rev went through behind the scenes, and why the game sucks so fucking much.
Well, we're going to be careful with that one still, are we? Or are you free to say whatever you want?
Oh, I'm free to say. I left that project way early. So we're good. Don't worry about it. Looking at Warframe's ghouls, did DE make them as a reference to the Strogg? And finally, our last topic of the evening, Anthem, BioWare's last shot at survival under EA. Is the game dead on arrival? Rev says it is. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few lawsuit stuff in this one.
Yeah. Up to mostly. So, this is important, and we need to talk about this whole thing. So, for anyone who's not in the know, SPV3 is a Halo mod developed by fans, which is basically a humongous reimagining of of a lot of Halo CE's stuff. Amazing. It's huge. It has a lot of potential behind it. And a lot of people liked it. Hold on a sec.
I'm sorry to cut in here for a sec, but just so everybody knows, the game for tonight is going to be Half-Life 2 because it won the vote. And I hosted a stream last night during 4th of July, so people who didn't like listening to fireworks could come watch me freak the hell out over some zombies.
All right. So, thanks to someone who will not go named, they have provided me with several screenshots of basically what this guy did. And honestly, the stuff here is just, it's horrible. Like, flat out, it's horrible. So again, for those of you who want to be a bit in the know, um, Masters is the guy behind the um, the mod. He's the main honcho behind it. And God, the rain is just pelting my window right now. It's a bit distracting. And as you can imagine, he yeah, you know, he's a big not a big name, but he basically put the mod out there, had his team do a lot of the work and all that stuff. And then as a result, he got famous because a lot of big Halo YouTubers, you know, like Late Night Gaming, I believe Halo Canon, there's several others. I know I'm missing a few, and I apologize to those guys. He got big because they all, you know, they talked about it, and of course the mod got more and more popular, more things were added to it. But then recently, you know, recently things have just gotten control. Like a lot of people will say he's drunk the Kool-Aid, and is now just gone off the deep end.
Drunk the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's like he's drinking the PC punch. And look at that, everyone hates me now.
I should point out I don't like the sequence of Half-Life 2. So I'm trying very hard to keep a brave face, but it's not easy. Because I don't like Ravenholm. Carry on.
Right, so basically Masters threw some shit because someone, one of the people he you know, the dev he doxed, you know, the kid basically, who had to go to the hospital, he put his information out there. And he didn't want that, you know, the kid who got doxed didn't want that to happen. But Masters didn't listen. He just put it out there and then began to bully the kid. He then got, you know, I'm not entirely sure how the story went. Again, I wanted to get source on so he could explain it a bit better than I could. But, you know, he's doing his own thing right now, so I don't blame the guy. And basically, from what I've understood of all this, he made Masters made a political topic, basically insulting everyone who likes Halo, you know, the community and everything of that nature. And as a result of that, you know, he said a lot of insulting things. And then the kid who he bullied, you know, who he put the information out there and bullied, came out and then basically blabbed his mouth, revealing what happened. And this has basically started this a complete and total shit show. And the guy has Masters, sorry, has been attempting to save face and deflect a lot of the problems. And a lot of these screenshots come from his Discord server. I don't know if, like, what you want to do with this. I mean, I don't want to just read these off and make it sound like, you know, because it would just sound like I'm just making shit up as I go along.
Well, if there's screenshots, I can show it on the stream.
All right, let me talk with the source real quick. I think he's watching the stream right now. I could ask him, and he could, like, tell me via Discord. It's like, dude, you told me about the screen. You know, you gave me the screenshots. You mentioned something about blurring out names, and I want to know, are any of the screenshots you sent me, what names do I have to, like, blur out in all this? It's like you can type them up on the Discord, and I'll send it to her, and I'll tell her, like, you know, which ones we'll block out, which ones we won't, etc., etc.
Oh.
He should be one of.
Master
I was about to say,
Grigori.
it's like, I was just gonna joke and say it's like, oh, you know, he's probably one of the 3 people watching right now. I'm kidding.
I hate this level.
I can tell. I can tell. Oh God! By the way, do you want to hear something funny? While I wait for my source to give me the go ahead or not, a certain YouTuber whose name won't be mentioned because he sucks in general, recently went through this level, and the dipshit basically walked into that spinning blade and didn't even crouch. He thought he could like walk up to it and do something. And then he's like, "Oh, what happened? I don't get it." You know, just real dumb shit. I just found it very funny. Okay, here we go. There may be a name on the bottom left of the full window screenshot that may show the username. Might want to be careful with those. Yep. Bottom left, full image, full image. Where are we?
Shit. I'm kind of cornered here.
Like I said, just be on the moral side.
Oh,
Yeah, okay, so
that was not cool. That was not
I
cool.
think I think I should probably try. I think we should just put masters. Yeah, masters. Screenshots up specifically, but then of course that's kind of biased and all things considering. Again, I'm sorry to everyone who's watching this post. Like, we're just kind of rambling on right now. We're just trying to cover our bases here.
Yeah, we
don't want to put...
this is a small channel, so we don't really want to get in trouble.
Yeah, and we don't want to put someone in danger for speaking out against this guy either.
Yeah,
we
that's the
really
last
don't...
thing we want.
Yeah, like, we're not... Okay, I think I found the one screenshot he was talking about. Hold on, I'll ask. I'll send it to him. Again, we're not fucking drama alert. We don't put people's information out there.
Ow.
Because lol, we get the views. Oh my God, professionalism.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, I can see what he means. Yeah, full window screenshots, okay. I see it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're not gonna put the full screen screenshots, because that has someone's name on it, and you know, someone's Discord user and all that stuff. So we're not gonna use those, but we are gonna put the other ones out there. You know, we are gonna put like the other ones on screen so everyone can see it. Just so everyone can get a general idea of what's going on. My ears. So, HH, you want to pause the game so I can start sending these screenshots over to you? If you're not freaking out.
Yeah, pause. Oh God, pause. Yep.
All right, so I'm just gonna try and find these in order because unfortunately, these were not ordered in any particular way. So I'm just kind of like fighting to get these screenshots in a specific order. Boy. Okay, I think I found one.
Yeah, we're kind of floundering, trying to get things going.
Okay, so unfortunately, there's also a slight issue as well. The major incriminating screenshot, unfortunately, has very tiny text. I hold on, dude. Do you have like the? Can you resend me the link to the Twitter bit or whatever it was called? The one you showed me, so we can like put it out there. Like I can send it to her. Maybe she can like make a screenshot out of it. Because I suck at screenshotting completely. I'm technically
I don't even
inept.
sugarcoat. I don't even deny it. Yeah, you do. I'm eating a burrito.
Obviously. Again, all right. So he's gonna try and get that set up for me again. So killing a bit of time here. Where is it? Where is it? So basically, this fellow Masters, the guy behind SPV3. What's the word I'm looking for here? After he made an ass of himself, he basically brought politics into something that didn't need politics. So as you can imagine, people got angry about it. People started to, he said something very stupid, and instead of being courteous about it, or saying it's like, okay, yeah, I'm wrong, I shouldn't bring politics into this, he basically was an ass about it. And then obviously people got very, very upset with the guy, or sorry, Masters. And so he basically went in and he actually began to throw the YouTubers as well under the bus to try and deflect as much damage from himself onto them. And as a result, and in fact, the guy I'm talking about, by the way, is called Introspector. This is a guy who he put on blast. And in one of his tweets, which will come up one of the screenshots, which we will put up once my source has tried to find the originals, the original tweet section, whatever, and try to make a screenshot out of it, says the following. So, Introspector at TE_Introspector sends out at late night Halo, Game Cheat 13, Bailey, Jill 11. Consider this. I lost my credit on SPV3 and got attacked for the better part of 7 to 8 months because of the healthcare bill and because Masters wouldn't stop publicly posting my personal details about me.
Wow.
Yeah. Again, that's something you shouldn't. In fact, here, I'm going to send you this one. We'll start off with this one first. Just to prove I'm not making this up either, folks. This happened. Like as we try to wait for this whatchamacallit, this improved screenshot of the tweet he sent out. We're putting it out there. This one, I mean, God, I'm sorry, I'm twisted up right now.
That's all right. They're like, not every episode is going to be 100% professional. Like, we're gonna have our mess ups.
This is one giant mess up for the betterment of like a few minutes now.
Yeah, it's a bit of a slow day or slow week.
But we're also attempting to bring a what I've now come to affectionately call a very, very insignificant flood spore out into the open, so everyone knows what kind of danger this person is.
There we go.
All right, so as everyone can see, there's the screenshotted tweet. Again, you can check this person out. He has a Twitter.
This is not. I don't know if this is gonna become a joke like Ballast, but maybe.
What?
Ballast is a dick.
Okay, so he sent me the link to the. Okay, yeah, this works. So he sent me the link to his the tweet inspector sent. I guess you could call it the retweet that Game Cheat did, and that inspector added to. So I'm going to send you this as well. Unfortunately, it is on Twitter. Does anybody here know how best to do the screenshot thing and actually make it large enough for everyone to see?
Do you want me to print screen this entire thing?
Oops, shit. Hold on. Broke something. Repeat that again.
Do you want me to retweet this entire thing? Sorry, like print screen it. Shit.
Yeah, because it's good to have all the information so people can so everyone has context and everyone knows what's going on.
Oh, it's easy
Again,
enough.
we're trying. Yeah, we're not trying to be one-sided here, even though we're kind of doing that. But you know what I mean. Like we're presenting all the facts as we have them, and then some.
I'll do this as fast as I can.
All right. You can ignore the image at the very very bottom from warthog.
Oh no, I'm gonna probably put that in.
Oh no!
And
then my wife who
funny.
stares at you.
Because as serious as it is, I do like. There's got to be something that makes you smile.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go all the way down to like the large letters, or just all the way down to that image?
All the way down to that image. Again, all this information is being presented as is. No edits, no, this is what we did, blah, 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 It's like, and, we'll try to make this as big for everyone to see and all that stuff. And I will read all this as well. So everyone knows what's going on.
Give me a second, please.
Yep. Professional.
They're gonna watch a movie in a second, so great.
No,
great.
Well, I don't know.
Great.
All right. So, yeah. So we've got So as the thing comes up, I will read it aloud, so everyone can kind of follow along.
Hey, your dad's gonna pick a movie. You want to come here and watch? Why did I do that?
Hello there, Mickey.
Oh god, there's a post on Tumblr I gotta show you someday. By the way, Blobbernog does a great Mickey Mouse impression.
No. God save us. Yes. Also, yeah. LT. Say hi, everyone. Yes, LT, the LT, the one who does all the filmmaker stuff on the workshop. That's him right now. Say hi, everybody.
Oh, see the chat? Oh, hello, LT. Welcome to the, yeah. Welcome to the stream.
Oh, boy.
Alright. Tweet 1. Whoa, that's pretty big. Shrink it down a little bit. A little bit more.
Oh, look at that. I've exploded the tweet. Shit.
I can't make this any bigger. Crap, wrong button.
Don't worry. Just put it up. I'll read along.
Like the first portion of the tweet is up. Sorry if you guys can't read that very well. I'm doing the best I can.
All right, no, I'll read along. So, I'll read it aloud. So, at Game Cheat 13 on July 1st, so about 5 days ago, said, "What the fuck did I just read?" And Master said the following: Is it a coincidence that our Halo YouTubers who lean right are the ones who are the most adamant about Halo conforming to what they want it to be? Whether those who were, whereas those who lean left enjoy the diversity of games and tend to understand the Halo games shouldn't be made to cater to them, which then Late Night Gaming replied to, I think you read what's called a stupid. Bailey then replied with, this is resident CE elitists, so you know. And Game Cheat said,
Wait, wait,
brought to you
wait.
by the guy.
Oh, no, I'm catching up now. Sorry. Carry on.
Sorry. Game Cheat 13 then said, brought to you by the guy who added Sprint to Halo CE. And then Inspector did come up and said, and I quote, sorry about that, said, I didn't enjoy working on that for him. Game Cheat replies with, it sounds like a lot of people didn't enjoy working for him. Aha. Which then comes to what Inspector said, which I already read out, the whole, I lost my credit, so on and so forth. Glad, and what he added at the end was, glad I lost credit, to be honest. Not so happy about everything else. And then we move on to the next half of these tweets here. Do you want to put those?
Oh, they're already up. We're kind of following along. Like every time you get to the tweet that ends the image, I upload the next image.
Okay, clever. Game Cheap then replies on Jewel the Second. Where did he post your personal details? Is he doxing now too? Inspector then replies, Halo Maps. He likes posting about some of my health details and got a hold of my family member's name for someone else and threatened to use it against me. Inspector, once again, in parentheses, also consider at the time that I was still a minor. Oof. Really? Oof, man?
I don't understand why that joke's going around. I don't understand it.
It's a sound goof.
I know.
That's what it is. Game Cheat, what a dickhead. Inspector, yeah, I'm still upset. This all happened during the big SPV3 launch, so no matter what I basically lost, and what Master got infinite clout from it, and a bunch of coverage. Game Cheat, time to do an SPV3 review. Honestly, someone really does, sorry, Inspector. Honestly, someone really does need to do a proper review. However you look at it, it's really just writing off the far superior working of the original Halo CE team did.
Pause there. I have never played Roblox LT, so I guess you're thinking, like, I guess for me, I'm having to compare that noise to early Minecraft.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. So,
some random final tweets.
Oh God, stupid. Some random gamer, random gladiator. What? And then SPV Masters, who replied to all this, said the following. You requested to be removed from the credits. I prevented you from being doxxed by the individual who contacted your mother, and I only talked about things you publicly shared on Halo Mats. I also stood up for you when you were being bullied and threatening to kill yourself, which I doubt heavily.
Heavily doubt.
This guy's, yeah, because as far as we know, this guy's the type who will use that as a defense, as a shield, that kind of person.
I agree with the picture that Warthog put.
Agreed.
I doubt him too. I heavily doubt him.
Mm-hmm. So the rest of the screenshots I have here, which are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And this is not counting the ones that have the person's name and everything. We're not using those unless the person comes out and says they want to use them. So I will be sending you all these screenshots. Some of these are a bit of a joke, so,
Oh boy.
If you thought the anime girl staring was funny, prepare for this.
Oh my god, it's a
Yes.
shopping it's a shopping cart from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Exactly. It's burning alive, as is Halo SPV3. So
is this a screenshot you want me to share or no?
Yes, this is a screen. Like I have all the screenshots we're gonna share. All the ones that aren't being shared, I've already removed. I still have them, they're just not being used. You know what I mean. So once it's up, because again, I hate these stream delays so much.
It's up.
Hold on. Oh, my stream went down in quality. What the fuck? So, Masters on Discord said, no, it will just accelerate us into other people, which means he's using the bad publicity as, good publicity. And it needs to quiet down first. Then I can talk to people who are pissed. The second opinion is the way to go, by Jazz107. And Jungle Penguin said, found the perfect image summing up the Twitter Halo argument. A burning box. Save me. Yes.
Oh boy. I would have thought it would have been like that gif, like somebody posted a gif a long time ago of like a baby doll that suddenly bursts into flames and like starts flailing as it's burning. Like that would fit it a lot better.
Okay, the next tweet, and this is directly after. Sorry, not tweet. The next screenshot, which I believe is directly after the one I sent. Again, I don't know. LT, I'm going to punch you in the face after this for not numbering these things. Super hard. No, I'm kidding, man. I love you.
There we go.
All right, so let me go to that. So according, sorry, trying to get it again. Jungle Penguins, in before we become a tweet. Jazz107, I don't know. I got a feeling you should make either an apology. What?
But I think you're talking about the wrong image because I'm seeing something different.
What are you saying?
The picture is going around. Yeah.
I put the wrong image. I fucked up. Hold on. Hold on.
The Dead Space babies were horrifying, and I don't want to think about the horrifying things about that game.
All right, here you go.
All right, now I'm gonna put this on stream.
I mentioned that I'm running on 2 hours of sleep.
That's all right. I think I'm running on less total.
Oh, Jesus.
There we go. I'm gonna shrink that down a little. It's awful. There we go.
Yeah. Go away. There we go. Yeah. So, as I was saying, Jungle Penguins, in before we become a tweet, I don't know. I just got a feeling you should make an apology tweet or explain the argument in more clearer language. Explain who it's aimed at. Tyler Fullerton? Too late for Fulton. Too late for that now, to be honest. Jazz, a lot of people just assumed you backstabbed your YouTuber friends. Tyler, the stubborn ones will keep spreading what they want to believe.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I guess now we're going to the one that you accidentally read out, or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Here we go. Yeah, sorry about
Change.
that. Sorry about that.
I shrink it. No.
Change. Oh no, I shrinked it.
I need.
All right.
There.
Jungle Penguins. The picture is going around. Jazz, told ya. Masters. Yeah, that's nothing. Jazz. Twitter is like a jungle ready to catch fire.
True.
If they want to harp on that, let them. They're just Tyler. They're just idiots. It's clear what it is. Keys mindset while compromising the flood, but just want to take it out of context. Hold on.
Okay. To be honest, that one doesn't really make sense.
Basically, it's in basically, all that's gone around about the tweet we just read has already spread. And Masters, rather than being a man about it, is claiming that it's not a big issue. Even though we both know it is a humongous issue. And again, I'm trying to piece these together as best as I can. And trying to make a cohesive story out of all this as we go along. Again, my sources will update me once they get a fuller picture. Okay, so here we go. That's the next set of images from Discord.
Save. Edit image. Okay.
And in this screenshot, we can see Master's mindset reveal itself. I already talked to Xperia. The rest really doesn't matter. Most people, any influence, are staying out of it. So as you can see, flat out, he doesn't care about the people. He only cares about those who have the big voices. And he's scared to death that any of them that come out of, any of them that basically will shine a light on him is dangerous. And he believes that as long as he can keep the YouTubers sated and not directly attack them, then he's in the clear. So the next one from Tyler is good jazz. People like Grim, for example, are really popular. By the way, Grim is Grim Brother 1 on Halo. He's basically a very big lore guy, very popular with the fans.
Mm-hmm.
And in the following, Jazz says, opinions and ideas are like cancer. They spread badly. Tyler, does that mean these idiots on Twitter are tumors? Wow. Wow, isn't that such wonderful wording from Master's
Why does that
inner
sound
circle?
so familiar to me? Oh wait, I remember why. Slowly looks at Five Nights at Freddy's characters.
Mm-hmm.
I am still hurting from that.
Yeah, like I said, these are the friends that Master keeps and are just wonderful human beings in huge fucking context, quotes here. Next screenshot, pretty small one from Jazz once again, really emphasizing how much of a piece of shit this guy can. In fact, his inner friend. And I'll read this one right now. You can put it up as it is. Jazz. Or, best idea, Masters can simply disappear from the internet like he did before.
Yeah, I'm not putting
so
that
this,
one up.
he is basically throwing the guy under the bus to save his own skin. Amazing. Truly amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Again, I'm trying to organize these as best as. So let's see here. Here we are. A direct tweet from. I'm sorry, not tweet. A direct Discord word from Masters. And again, this one you should put up. And he says the following.
Oh,
I'm going to clean.
I'm just now seeing the message. Hold on.
Oh, I've just been updated by my sources with new information.
Breaking news.
No, I apparently I have a my information moa has just returned from a harrowing journey.
Yay. Do I want to know from where?
We don't know. Not yet, anyways. All right, so, where is it? Right, so next one going along. Oh, by the way, so a lot of people want to know what else sparked this whole thing, like aside from the obvious political points. If I recall this correctly, Masters took someone's terminal entry. Like basically, there are things in the game where you can, like collectibles that give you extra story.
Mm-hmm.
He took one of them and infused incredibly uncomfortable things into it.
No need to go into too much detail on that one. I can get a pretty good idea.
Well, basically, it's led everyone to believe that that Masters has a, oh god, and what's it called? Hold on. Thinking. Oh, sorry, my mistake. That was a terminal he made. That was an entry he made, and it has led everyone to assume that he has a fetish for incest, basically. Yes. I will not read the entry as it is horrible. However, we do have to show this because, as much as I would like to avoid this as humanly possible, we do have to show this because this is part of the news context. And unfortunately, as much as it would be nice, we have to show people. So, very sorry, very sad. Again, like I said, I can't apologize enough for this. I really wish we could avoid this, but unfortunately, for the sake of the argument and for the sake of being semi-professional about all this, making sure that the monsters are being put in their place, we got to show it.
All right, give me a second to put it on screen. That's some very tiny text, so I have to play it. I don't like this.
Yeah, I like I said, I wish we didn't have to do this, but we have to. Now, to say this as a writer, what he's written makes sense in the context of the game's lore. However, there are clear signs that he envisioned this way too much and put too much of his own interests in this entry. So, unfortunately, if it were me, I would have told the guy, cut about half of that out, reword it, and keep this creepy obsession out of your game. It's not going to paint a good picture. And unfortunately, he went with it. Like I said, a better entry would have been just Keys, the person involved in this, being interested in finding her for the ship to get to Earth. Just basically make it simple and keep so much of the detail out. That's all it had to. That's all he had to do. You could have avoided personal interests in it. So of course, he began to try and cover this up by hiding. I'm willing to believe that he did this whole spiel in an attempt to deflect this thing he did. That's what I believe it is. So we're moving on to the next screenshot. Again, this one I will read out since it's not creepy or anything.
All right, let me put it up on stream. There's a lot of images to save today.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. It's all right. Usually we don't have screenshots popping up so much.
Yeah, so I'm sorry for everyone who's getting bombarded with sensory overload.
There we go.
So, Valkyrie says, what is the point if there's no correlation? Masters, the people who tend to enjoy Halo for what it is are open to change and are the people who are doing the video content. Doing the video content about other aspects of Halo, but there is something. Did you miss the politics thread from 2 days ago? Public servant said, you did make that comparison, Valkyrie. Mixing Halo up with politics is stupid. Public server, but why? Why would you need to make it? And I'm in agreement. Why do you need to infuse modern day politics into a sci-fi, a future sci-fi thing? There's no point in it.
Now the incesty thing kind of makes sense, but I'm still disgusted by it.
Agreed. In the next screenshot, Master says the following: I'm going to clean up my mess if they want me to or not.
I already showed that one, so...
Yeah, well, translation to that is basically, I'm going to start booting out people who shine shit I've done wrong. The people who defend me no matter what I do. That's basically what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed, LT, you're right on the money. Well, in the ideals of the writers and journalists, people need the hard facts and truths to understand the gravity of the situation. I couldn't agree more. And congratulations, we are now down to our last 4 screenshots.
Oh, yay.
And then we can actually move on to the fun stuff, like lawsuits and other shit like that.
Yay?
At least in that case, justice is being served. So I believe this was a live stream someone did. I'm not entirely sure.
Let's see. Oh, this is from like YouTube chat. Yeah, this is from a stream.
Yeah, so I think it might have been his or something of the similar. So we're just going to read this off.
Browse, open. That is a tiny image. Let's inflate that. There we go.
Sorry. It's it was from Soul Burning. Jesus. All right, so Kat says removing the X key was kind of a bad idea, a bad move. Zelorus says, what about the error whenever I load up the EV, the objects in the viewport have this weird hold out bugged material, and anytime I try to fix it or change renders, it crashes. Windows 10. Was name at Blender today. Good call on bringing back X. Ben Prepad. What is it?
The sound is loud enough, but the mic is overmodulated at Blender.
Who, me?
No, I'm reading it because you're struggling to read, so I'm reading it for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I lost my place because
Isida at Blender today. Please add hotkey slots for Vortex Edge Poly Selection. Tyrone Yenil, I'll just say that, at Blender today. Will you guys be updating dynamic content menu?
Oh,
it's a big
hold
part of my
on. Hold on. Apparently that's a wrong image.
Yeah.
This was something else out of context. It's like, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense. What is this?
Yeah, I'm confused too. Professionalism.
Okay, I guess we're just gonna ignore that one. This was from something else. All right, so I guess we're on the last 3 then. Actually, I'm gonna remove one of them because it's just. I'll just read what it just said. It just says, just because someone is right or left doesn't dictate what they want for Halo. Dumbass. All right, so we're moving on to our last few. This is just a show that the guy has actually basically gone into turtle mode. And
turtle.
You know what that means.
Turtle.
You know what I mean by that. It basically is. I'm not
basically
coming out
shows
on
that
the
this
outside.
guy. Oh god, I lost my wording. Never mind. Forget it. Ignore me.
This guy's a coward. Is that what you were gonna say?
Yeah, basically this guy is like realizing he's getting the light shined on him, so he's like trying to cover his own ass. Oh, this is
I agree, LT. That source really does need to work with his organization.
There we go.
But I can't blame the guy too much. So as you can see, he has basically locked down his Twitter because he knows he's in the wrong and he doesn't want to deal with it.
This is something also familiar.
And our last tweet screenshot for the evening, and this will be the last of it, and then we'll wrap up this whole thing. Our final thoughts.
Yeah, we're just about to reach the 1 hour mark. Just from one topic.
Christ. Shit, I think something's broken here. Hold on.
I know. Oh no, it appears my arm is broken. How sad. Oh my god, the Pokemon bot in the group chat is playing on so many servers. Sorry, it's completely out of nowhere, but I'm noticing.
Unfortunately, the last one has been corrupted, so we can't show that last one.
Yep.
Sorry, everyone. So, final thoughts on this whole thing, which is a shame. I used to like SPV3. I liked it as a cool little mod. It was kind of interesting. I didn't mind it. But unfortunately, it just proves that SPV, the creator, he's a parasite. That's the only way I could describe him. He's a guy who will attack, berate, and do anything he can just to gain a foothold. And he doesn't care who he steps on, who he destroys, and what he does to people, so long as he can get that sweet, sweet internet money from people. And honestly, I have no patience for those kinds of people. I have no patience or sympathy towards those who will go out of their way to stand on their high horse, on a moral grandstanding, while they're doing horrible, shady shit in the background and pretending like they're better than everyone else for it. And I guarantee you this, he will come out with an apology, and it will be a non-apology. It will be basically, I'm sorry I got caught. And that is what it's going to be. And like I said, I have sympathy towards the guy who he doxed. I'm really sorry about him. You know, I hope he's doing better. I hope all this hasn't affected him too negatively. And you know, I'm hoping the big I'm hoping that Hidden Xperia, Late Night Gaming, and Game Cheat 13 aren't in his pocket. You know, I honestly hope they're not defending the guy. I hope they'll do the right thing and address what he's done wrong. I really do. Because I have hope in these people that they're actually decent human beings, and I don't want to discover that no, they're not. They're just in it for the paycheck, as it is. I really hope that's not the case. All right, that's my little speech over and done with. You want to say anything?
I'm not in the Halo community, but I am disappointed by the things people are doing.
Yes, I guess human disappointment is a universe. All right, LT says something. Even if the posts are all over the place, someone will piece together the timestamps. Thank you. He says something else. I remember seeing some of these screen caps on the Discord for the Halo.
What? You cut out what?
Oh, sorry. He says, I remember seeing some of these screen caps on the Discord server for the Halo SFM makers. I think I'll say something else. I'm not sure. I wish these chats had a little like typing. It's like this person is typing and this person's, you know. I wish that was the thing. Well, I guess this closes out everything. I guess this has been our little news segment, our version of the info war.
Yep.
Oh God. If we really want it to be the info wars, I think I think I should be shouting about water turning frogs freaking gay.
What?
The Alex Jones Infowars. He's the guy who shouted about turning
I think one threw some of the Halo YouTubers like Late Night and Game Cheat under the bus, but the image was deleted.
So yeah, so he probably did do that. I don't put it past the guy. I really don't. So yeah. Again, like I said, I want to give a big shout out to my sources. I want to thank them all for providing me the information, even though some of it was a bit, you know, spotty and kind of odd. But hey, you did what you did, and I appreciate it. And hopefully, our little show has brought a spotlight to a scummy human being and the dumb shit he's done. So yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in for this segment. And now back to our regularly scheduled programming. Lawsuits. Oh boy. Oh.
Yeah.
So as everyone knows here, we did a huge thing about how we hated PUBG's developer Bluehole for basically throwing a temper tantrum as it was and attempting to sue Fortnite because, oh, boo-hoo, they've made a better game than us. They're making more money, but we're more successful. Boo-hoo. You know, and because we all know that they couldn't win in couldn't end in a U.S. court, they took it to China in an attempt to what's the word? You know, in an attempt to put a stamp on this. Basically, the point of the lawsuit was, since we can't win in the U.S., we'll take it to China, and once we take it to China and we win there, because apparently China's copyright laws are more relaxed there, we will be able to. There's a lot more people there. Yeah, and we will be able to basically say, or you know, prove to our fans that, oh look, they did do this, and this is why you shouldn't be playing Fortnite, because Fortnite is a bad game, and it's made by bad people. That's basically what it was. Here we go. I have the article here of The Verge, so I will be reading this out. Korean company PUBG, a subsidiary of Bluehole, has dropped its lawsuit against Fortnite makers Epic Games. The PUBG owner originally filed the lawsuit earlier this year alleging copyright infringement against Epic Games. While PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds soared in popularity last year, Epic Games announced its own Battle Royale mode in Fortnite with similar features all built on the same Unreal 4 that was created and licensed by Epic Games. Bloomberg reports, I believe Bloomberg is a news outlet, I'm not sure.
Sounds
Bloomberg
familiar.
reports, yes. Actually, I'll just look it up real quick as I speak. Bloomberg reports that the lawsuit has been dropped, but it's not clear why or whether there was any settlement between PUBG or Epic Games. PUBG developer Bluehole previously revealed it had growing concerns about the similarities between the two games, and it's a battle that seemed to be boiling over into the courts with this lawsuit. Bloomberg, here we go, hold on. Looks like it's a different yeah, it's a news outlet. Oh, and my page refreshed automatically. Ugh. I hate that. Here we go. Both Epic Games and PUBG developer Bluehole are part owned by Tencent Holdings, and Tencent has reportedly been nearing a deal to increase its PUBG investment to 10%. While it is unlikely a copyright infringement accusation complicate that deal, the lawsuit would be difficult to prove and win, particularly when Fortnite has copied PUBG's ideas and not necessarily its content. And this is the big thing that everyone's been saying to PUBG. Yes, they copied your idea, but they made it their own. They added new shit into it. You dumb shits.
It's similar to the argument between like Starbound and Terraria. Like Chucklefish took the idea of Terraria, which is like a 2D side scroller. It's a really good game, and then they flipped it on its head. You're not you're not confined to one world. You're not like stuck with like a. Oh God, I am so out of it today because I don't like this level. You're not stuck in one world like in Terraria. Like you're not constrained by like a very simple character creation program. There's a lot more story and character to such a tiny game.
Exactly. And this is something that PUBG and everyone behind PUBG didn't seem to understand. They even try, and again, part of this lawsuit was over apparently, and this was like their main obelisk where they could like say, "Oh, look, they're doing this," and that was a rubber chicken and a frying pan. I'm not joking. The most common items seen in many games, and that was their big, "Oh, look, this is." It's like I want to slap these people sometimes. Just the stupidity is amazing. So, to finish off this article, Fortnite continues to grow in popularity. Despite the squabbles, Fortnite surpassed PUBG in monthly revenue in March, and the game now has 125 million players a year after launch. Fortnite has also been at the center of a cross-play controversy with Sony after the PlayStation 4 maker blocked players from accessing their Fortnite PS4 accounts on their Nintendo Switches. Again, I think we've covered that already.
Oh yeah.
And that's it. That's the entire article.
Ow.
So the big question that is on every who won the lawsuit? You know, was it obviously the ones who tried to sue for the sake of suing because they want to shut someone's voice down? Or was it the ones who tried to defend themselves? Honestly, in my opinion, I think that PUBG realized how fucking stupid they were being and realizing that they stood to lose more money in the long run by chasing this frivolous lawsuit rather than, you know, actually trying to make the game better or more enjoyable. They said, okay, you know what, we're just going to drop the lawsuit with prejudice. And that's it. That's what we're going to do. What do you think?
Ow.
Fascinating.
I just shot an explosive barrel at my feet.
Good job.
Hooray for the gravity gun.
Still. So, at least we can say this. Fortnite and PUBG will remain rivals. But at least these lawsuits have come to an end, at least for now. And I'm okay with it. So, that covers one lawsuit, on to the next one.
Yay.
Nothing but lawsuits as of right now.
Gaming,
So
ladies and gentlemen, gaming.
Yep. So for those of you who want to, so a quick reminder: the Warner Brothers created a Android game, which is basically a carbon copy of what's it called? A carbon copy of Fallout Shelter, but instead it has a big whatchamacallit. It has a Westworld. It has a Westworld skin painted on it, which is basically what it is. Same art style, same gameplay mechanics, same everything. It is basically a ripoff of Bethesda's. Oh god, I'm blanking on the word now. The name of the game. What was it? Fallout Shelters. That's it. Basically,
You
that was
literally
it.
just said it, then immediately forgot it.
I am sorry. My brain doesn't work often. So, as you can imagine, Bethesda, they didn't like that. But unlike PUBG, they were smart about it, and they began to gather information. And it turns out that there is a similar glitch within Westworld, which Fallout Shelters had before it was patched out. And it is an exact same glitch. This has led a lot of people, myself included, to believe that this, in fact, is a case of them ripping off more than just the idea. Like they've actually stolen code from Bethesda. And the reason why I believe this is that code is a very finicky thing. It's very difficult for anyone to do. And what's it called? And as you can imagine, a lot of people, in order to like mitigate the problems with like coding issues, like trying to avoid making code, people will look online for code sequences or go to a company and ask for the code. That's basically how it works. However, there are also those who will download code illegally off the internet and use that code to make their games better. And as a result, the fact that this glitch is present in both games does scream that they copied the code without Bethesda's prior approval. Now, to clarify as well, the game studio behind the Westworld mobile game was independently contracted and licensed by Bethesda to help make Fallout Shelter. That's what they claim, and that is what some of the documents also say. Now, again, and this is my personal opinion, if it was an issue of them just having the same code, which they created, and Bethesda just what's it called? Licensed it out, basically, what's the word I'm looking for here? Licensed it out, basically asked for the code, and they said, sure, we'll make a code for you, but, we own the rights to the case, then, no harm, no foul. But then why didn't, what are they called? Why didn't Warner Bros. Just come out and say, yeah, it is our code, we have the documented proof. Why all the secrecy? Why all the cloak and dagger shit? And this leads me to believe that this is actually a hack job and just a ripoff. Plain and simple. Like this is what Bluehole wishes they could have actual concrete proof that someone was ripping off their game.
Mm-hmm.
But no. Unfortunately, there isn't much we can cover since the lawsuit is still ongoing and not.
Yeah, and it's not really our business, to be honest. Like, yeah, we do gaming news and stuff like that. But for the most part, lawsuits are not our business. It's not something we can stick our nose in.
Exactly. So what we'll do at most is once this whole shit's over, like we won't be following the story actively like some people out there do. Like, and that's not me criticizing people. That's not me actually saying like there are people who do a better job at this shit than I do. Like young, yeah. So, like I said, if anything comes up and if the story, if the lawsuit's over and everything, and we have a definitive, this is what happened, this is what's going on, blah blah blah, we'll cover that. But that's it. So can we all agree to that? Yeah, yeah. Okay, good.
Yay.
And with that, we've finished out our lawsuit segment. Hooray! And now we've got the final 3 of the evening. Do you want to stop here, take a break before we continue?
Die. Nope, close the door. Open the door, there's a fast zombie. Close it.
So yeah, are we taking a break or are we continue?
Let me find a safe place to pause and save.
All right, well,
okay,
you
yeah,
do
right
that.
Here. I'll hide and save in a closet.
All right, yeah. Well, to reiterate, actually, what? Forget. We'll say that when we come back. So.
Yeah. So.
All right.
To reiterate, Masters pulled some shit, caused some problems for Halo fans, I guess, and some people working with them. Blue Hole, like PUBG in Fortnite, had a lawsuit. It got dropped because of stupidity, I think. Warner Brothers.
I guess
Warner Brothers versus Bethesda. Bethesda was smart about it. Lawsuit is still going. Oh boy. So much shit. Yeah, we're gonna take a break. I'm gonna play the intro music on repeat, and if you don't like the intro music, that's fine. Mute it, tab away. I want to take a break. Die. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. When we come back, we're going to continue with our last 3 topics. I'm gonna see if I can get through the entirety of Ravenholm by then. Stretch, take a break, get something to eat, drink, go to the bathroom, whatever.
Yep. All right,
and we'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, we'll see you in a few minutes. All right. Bye.
In a second. Go. People watching appreciate what I do for this show. Just gonna say that right now. Appreciate what I do for this show, because I have to do everything. He writes the topics. I have to do everything. I put the pictures up. I get the music ready. I play the game. I'm hyper. So yeah, I'm gonna play the intro music on repeat, as I've already said. Get up, stretch, get drink, get a snack, do what you need to do. If you don't like the intro music, mute it, tab away, all that jazz. We will be back as soon as we can. I know the image says 5 minutes. It varies. Yeah, we'll see you guys in a bit. Whoa.
Oh, sorry, just turn off the fan.
Okay. Yeah, we're back. We're back.
Yeah. On a side note, like I said, in private, I am going to be creating my own little, like, I guess, intro image for our streams, change it up a bit.
Yep. I've been thinking
completely through G.
on redrawing our image anyway.
Fair enough. I am. I guess, like I said, it's gonna be. It's gonna be like a little Gundam thing just for us, a little cutesy thing. Don't worry about it too much. Like I'll prototype it later. Don't worry. So. Yes, it was a fan. All right. So we are now at our last 3 topics of the evening. Let me close out a few things real quick. Pew, 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 and I think that's it. Okay. So our final topics are finally talking about Hunt Down the Freeman and what Rev went through behind the scenes and why the game sucked so fucking much. Looking at Warframe's ghouls, did DE make them as a reference to the Strogg? And Anthem. BioWare's last shot at survival under EA, is the game dead on arrival? So, boy, where to begin with this one?
I don't know, after the amazing choices of lawsuit or lawsuit.
I just can't pick anymore. No. I guess we'll bite the bullet and start talking about Hunt Down the Freeman.
How interesting, because I am I am playing Half-Life 2.
Yeah, well, you're playing the better game.
By a long shot.
So, a bit of info here and there. I tend to freelance write for a few groups under various pen names, under various things. And one of these was I was contacted by someone who was going to do a Half-Life movie. And the idea of this Half-Life movie was in the vein of what's going on between the events of like Black Mesa, Half-Life, and kind of like a sort of unofficial third thing to tie fans over for the next, eventually when Valve releases Half-Life 3. So I was approached and someone asked me to help write the script for this movie. And I said, sure, no problem. We negotiated a contract, we negotiated payment. And I had agreed, foolishly enough, to accept payment when the project was finished. I admit that was my mistake in all this, was accepting payment upon the project's completion. I really should have negotiated to be paid something in advance.
Yeah, when you're an artist, like always ask to be paid before the project is even done, because then the people who ask for the project are going to screw you over the first chance they get.
Right. So I was wise enough, and however, I said I will work on the script, but I won't give the entire thing off in one sitting. I will divide it into separate parts, and as the project progresses, I'll give more and more of the script that I've worked on and give it over to you. That was basically what we negotiated on.
Oh, great, I died.
So, we agreed on that, and that became the thing. So, the project continues. I hear that the Kickstarter that they launched for the Hunt Down the Freeman movie, which I believe this started as a short 3D movie using like Source Filmmaker or something of the like. I think. Don't quote me on that. Something happened. The GoFundMe falls through, like completely. It was aiming for like $2,000 or something, some crazy amount of money for it, and they got a whopping $12. Yeah, $12. So, as you can imagine, the guy who I refuse to say his name, and I will only call him by his nickname of Frank, says everything's going tits up, and I said, okay, fine. You deal with what you have to. I'll keep working on my end, and if this falls through, then no harm, no foul. Some time passes, and then I hear that Hunt Down the Freeman is now going to be turned into a video game. And as you can imagine, this kind of forced me to rework the script to be more gameplay floaty, It's still the same story, but change just enough so it works as a video game. And this is when things start to get a bit screwy. I start hearing things from other writers. I start hearing that we're going to get big YouTube celebrities on, and they're going to be voicing characters, and this project's going to get famous, and blah, 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 blah. I thought, okay, that's cool. So who are we getting? Like PewDiePie or something like that? Not really. The cast of people that we began getting was I Hate Everything, Pyrocynical, Killer Keemstar, and I believe a voice actor called Rice Pirate on YouTube, and a few others I cannot remember. I wish I could remember their names, really.
Oh boy.
So we get these people on, we get these people on board, and what is it, LT? He's like, wait, what? It's like, where exactly did this whole thing kind of get weird for you? It's like, where's that hold the fucking phone moment for you? Okay, I'll keep going as he types it out. So we get these people on, and I start writing the dialogue. I start joining with the rest of the team, and they start coming up with these other concepts, and I'm like, okay, sure, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll do this. There was another whole team of different writers, and with Frank himself as kind of like the lead. So he was like doing, I believe at the time he was doing both gameplay and story together, which I thought was a bad idea. But whatever. That's just me. The script starts getting along. I start noticing these weird inconsistencies. I'm like, this seems a bit off. This is a bit weird. That's not the right kind of wording. So I do a few edits here and there. And then we get down to getting the voice actors in. And then there are these weird inconsistencies. Like they'll make a great take, and then for some reason, Frank will say it's not good enough. And he'll start like asking them to retake the line in a different way. And I believe one of them was, you need to make the audience feel sad. But he didn't translate it that well, He didn't say you're trying to convey sadness or make the audience feel like something tragic's happened. He said it differently, weirdly, confusing people. And then after a while, people were just getting fed up and upset with the guy over these constant reshoots and annoyances, this kind of bullshit. And then finally, I get down to brass tacks with the guy and say, okay, look, this is what's going on. I've decided now that I won't keep working on this until I see an advance payment, because as of right now, all this is getting weird, and it seems like the project's not profitable. I'm willing to take a small payment now and just leave the project there and leave you the rest of the manifest for you to deal with. Like, I was trying to give the guy a hell of a lifeline here. And then he tells me, it's like, no, stay on. Don't worry. We'll pay you what you have to. You can trust me, yada, yada, yada. And obviously I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. Fine. I'll deal with it. Hey, creeps. Or sorry, hey, baby creeper.
I think there is one hell of a delay, because I'm not seeing people like chat until after you point out somebody's there.
It's possible. So as you can imagine, this weird shit keeps going on. And, you know, he keeps saying, it's like, no, no, trust me, everything's fine, everything's good, yada, 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 yada. I'm like, okay, fine. But I hold on to the manifesto and I hold on to everything. Then he continues to start, and this is something that started to irk me. He started to take the scripts I was writing, a lot of it, and he was editing out editing out a lot of the things I was writing and then rewriting these behind my back. And, you know, me being who I am, I don't like that. It's like, if you have a problem with my writing, come talk to me about it. I'm open about the thing. But, you know, Frank doesn't like it. He was actually entirely paranoid. He thought people were trying to steal his brainchild. And this is a problem that everyone in the writing team and in the game development team were having, and that was Frank didn't tell people jack shit. There was a constant inconsistency of information. You got people from one team doing something, and then you got people from another team doing something else, and blah, 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 blah. It was just a huge mess. No communication. And that was a big complaint everyone had. Communication, communication. What's going on? What's the context of this level? What am I doing? And of course, Frank wouldn't tell them anything. Like, he had a little inner circle, and even then, I don't think the inner circle knew what was happening. And even I Hate Everything, who, by the way, I want to bring this up as well. I Hate Everything did a behind the scenes thing as well. And I believe, you know, it's out there. You can go look it up yourselves. And he'll echo he'll echo the sentiments I'm saying right here. This constant lack of communication, this a constant lack of Frank being focused. That was annoying. It was getting irritating. So of course I eventually get to Frank and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Why is a lot of the work I'm putting in being re-edited and replaced, and even my pen name is being removed? What the fuck are you doing? And then he starts saying, it's like, oh, you know, I can't trust you. There are people conspiring against me. Yet just all this annoying broken English shit. By the way, he's Hungarian, so he didn't speak English that well. So finally, after a while, I get infuriated with the guy. I'm fed up with it. I'm done constantly being I'm getting frustrated with this by this point. This project is going south and going to hell in a handbasket, and I'm not going to go down with it if I can help it. So of course I say, okay, look, I'm through being nice. I'm done working on this thing entirely. And what I want now is, I want to see that payment I was promised now, and I will, you know, I'll honor the contract, I'll finish what I started, and that's it. But no more re-edits of my work. And then he starts giving me this whole spiel about, oh, it's not your work, it's mine, and blah, 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 I own this, blah, 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 blah. So I'm fed up with it. I said, okay, you know what, fuck it. I mass email him the rough drafts of everything I've written down, all the rough script shit I had done, all the story beats, everything, all out of order, all out of everything, and said, here, have fun putting this shit together. I'm through. And that was it. That was where I left Hunt Down the Freeman. And to be clear, I didn't give him like the entire thing. I gave him just the roughest edges I was working on, because, you know, I was collabing with other people. And so I think out of everything from that script I gave him, I think I gave him like pages 5, 15, 20, 30, 45, and 110. I think that's what I gave him as a result. Because I was just that tired. And I'm done with it. I really was done with it. So, you know, all this shit happens, and then I don't hear from it. I actually, for a time, I believe the project was canceled, and I was like, okay, good. At least some justice is done. Then the game actually gets released. And this is where shit really starts to pile up. Hunt Down the Freeman released, broken on launch, and I knew this guy was a greedy son of a bitch. I always had my suspicions about it. But apparently, he purposely created the game with these humongous stretches of nothing. You know those massive maps we find in the workshop? Like the vast deserts and just nothing but empty space things, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, that's basically what he made his game to be. Nothing but humongous highways and roads upon roads of empty space. And as a result, the game's runtime is artificially lengthened. And I think I know why. As everyone here knows, um, as everyone knows, Steam has like a policy that you can't refund a game if you played more than 2 hours in like 16 days, right? We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
I think he purposely made these levels as large and as long as possible so people couldn't refund the game. And I'm honestly willing to believe that was his goal. Because there are these humongous stretches of empty road where you do nothing but get to point A to point B, and because you can't no clip like in Gary's mod, you're walking that whole distance. And you're just lost. And honestly, when I see this, I'm looking at this and I'm just disgusted by this bloated corpse of a project. And what's worse is, there are moments where I see my original script, like the better moments of the game, I wrote down. I helped write these better ideas, these concepts, and sometimes in the source filmmaker cutscenes in the game, you can see those moments really shine. I mean, yeah, a bit poorly, but they're still there. But then it's all disjointed with this disgusting it's
Hold
like this
on,
horrible
hold on. You kind of, I don't know if that was you or anything, but like you kind of cut out a little bit.
Where did I cut?
I think you were trying to say shit.
Right. Just looking at this, the script, like parts of my original story being conjoined with this disgusting, shitty writing, and I'm looking at this and I want to hurl. It's like someone took a perfectly pristine corpse and then Frankenstein a bunch of moldy pieces to it, and said,
That's
"Now
a
it's
way
mine."
to describe it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Hunt Down the Freeman right now is $18. It was 25 before.
Wow.
He was a greedy fucker. And it is very lazy. Believe me, don't buy it. I'm warning you right now, don't buy it. Not even as a joke.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't rushed. That's the disgusting thing. This shit took years to make, and Frank actually made delays to the game's release for publicity. Multiple times. He believed that any bad PR was good PR.
I mean, granted, negative criticism can be helpful, just not in this case. That just sounds very stupid.
No, it was, like I said, this guy believed he was making the next Metal Gear, and in reality, he's just making The Room 2.
So instead of a pool, he's got like a sink, a kitchen sink.
Exactly.
Inside joke.
And yeah, and as you can imagine, I'm so glad I got off this project when I did, because like I said, watching my work getting contorted in this nasty way, and having this fat piece of shit basically gloating about it. Not really gloating, but profiting off of it. is just too much. And I knew for a fact I was not going to get a single cent out of that fat fuck. Because I heard stories, apparently, that um, apparently Frank was not paying people what he owed and was only giving them a fraction of what he promised them. And he says, oh, it's due to the game's poor sales, and unfortunately I won't be able to pay you what I promised, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm so livid by all of it. So, like I said, Hunt Down the Freeman's biggest issues is its constant use of gigantic open spaces to make you waste time so you can't refund the game. The weapon sandbox, which, by the way, as everyone can see right now, you see how she has a cursor and a visible ammo count and health count?
That's
right?
not there.
No, that's not there.
What?
You don't know how much health you have unless you get hit. You don't know how much ammo you have unless you reload. You can't see where you're shooting. There's no crosshairs. You have to look down sights like it's Call of Duty. Yeah. By the way, and now we come to the biggest sin this game has. And that is Frankenstein the game using stolen assets from Left 4 Dead, Black Mesa, and various workshop items. And like I said, let me repeat that to everyone so everyone knows what I'm saying. He stole assets to make his game. Assets from not only the company Valve, but people on the workshops who would have given it to him for free, probably. That is beyond scummy. That is honestly beyond the pale. The mods he used to get the game, by the way, I should mention this, there is a parkour system in the game. You want to know where he got that from?
Oh boy.
In the workshop, there is a Mirror's Edge mod, which allows you to play Gmod like Mirror's Edge. He stole that entire thing from the workshop, and it shows the game cannot handle the broken parkour system. Like, you see all those pipes you're walking by, the storm pipes.
Yep.
They have those in the game, and they're like supposed to be a climbable object. But the problem is that the game UI is broken. You have to go to the menu, toggle an option to holster your guns, and only then can you assign a key to holster your guns, and only then can you climb up pipes and of the sort. Again, a broken system, which was never meant for this kind of game. It is infuriating. So I have to, and I believe I've ranted on about this long enough. And so I will only say this as my closing statements.
Don't buy the game.
No, even further than that. I encourage everyone to do the following. Negatively review the game. Review bomb it on Steam. And meme the ever-loving shit out of Hunt Down the Freeman's characters. Everything. Make it a massive joke, because that's all it is. A humongous joke from a fat bastard who has no talent, and his only talent is stealing from other people.
I got a what? A twofer? What?
There you go. That's my 2 cents on the matter. I am finally happy to get this fucking thing off my chest and get on with my life.
Same.
Please do Pepe Pepe meme the hell out of Hunt Down the Freeman, please. And if you can get Poe for this one too, go for it, man. This deserves everything it gets and more. And by the way, this affects Frank. He hates memes. He hates the Hunt Down the Freeman memes a lot because they're making fun of his great work and his time and effort. It's like, fuck off. You are a fucking rat and you deserve to be treated as such. There. I'm done. Rant over.
Yay.
Now we get to the fun shit. Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. I have to finish Ravenholm. I still don't understand the twofer thing about me, but alright.
So our last 2 topics, we'll look at the Warframe one, because why not? So, for those of you who play Warframe out there, you know, fans of this game and all that stuff, we've all met those visually disturbing yet interesting enemies. Yes, LT, it does sound like if Halo follower and Masters had a retarded child. Yeah, I added the retarded bit. Bite me.
Oh.
Okay, sorry, Creep. Haven't played it. It's a fun game. I would highly recommend you look it up and get it. Very fun. Anyway, so for those of you who have played the game, you know, we've all met those visually stunning and disturbing enemies on the plains of Eidolon.
The ghouls.
The ghouls. Those incredibly creative and colorful zombified beasts. Yee. So, for those of you who have, you know, everyone probably who's seen the show knows we've talked about this before, but Digital Extremes did, what's the word? Digital Extremes did work with the EdTech engine, and they did work on Quake, I believe Quake 4, The Darkness, and many other games. And it's no secret that they're probably fans of you know, the Quake series. And so what I want to propose is this. Did Digital Extremes make the ghouls to be a reference to the Strogg Quake?
I'm not sure.
I believe they did, because the Strogg and Quake cyborgs, but their bodies have failed. Oh, sorry, they've completely destroyed their bodies and just replaced it with cybernetics. Like, perfectly fine bodies, by the way. This needs more robot shit there. And in Quake 4, the Stroggification, which basically it's you in first person. Strogg basically hack your body to pieces and turn you into one of them.
I swear I've seen that somewhere before.
As a reference to the Strogg.
Whoa, stop. Stop.
What?
Your audio is glitching out, so we're only getting bits and pieces of what you're saying.
How about now? Am I still glitching out?
You have a bit of a hum, but otherwise you're fine right now. Keep talking, we'll figure it out.
Alright, well, like I was saying, you know, the reason why I believe Yeah, it is probably the weather. The reason why I believe they are referenced to Strogg is because some of the ghouls um, have pieces to them that very much resemble Stroggification. Mostly the what are they called? The ones with the robotic, the drill hands.
Oh, the augurs? Ah.
Yes, the augurs. And basically, that does seem like Strogg kind of augmentation. Replace the arms with fully functional weapons and set them loose on your targets. Even the fat guys, the gorgers, also seem like a Strogg creation. You got their bodies are so bloated, and you see the mechanical pieces, dialysis machines and the like fused to their bodies. Like they've actually grown into their cybernetics. And you could probably argue that the Grineer are more closer to the Strogg, and I agree. I completely agree with that. But they lack that horrifying factor,
Mm-hmm.
The yeah, I saw it.
Ah, that was a
Uh,
firework. Really? What is on my leg? Oh, it's a spider. Hi.
it just sounds like, oh look,
Sorry
it's.
to interrupt your podcast. Would you like to talk about our Lord and Savior Tarantula? No, thank you.
Would you like to speak of our Lord and Savior Spider Jesus?
How about RNGesus?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to go that far
Yeah,
down.
yeah. Creeper brings up a good point. Most of the monsters in Quake are cybernetic, and I agree. And like I said, if you really look at the Grineer, uh, Spider-Man is his god. Yes, they praise and worship Spider-Man. Yeah, most body parts are replaced with weapons. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that the Grineer specifically, they replace their bodies with cybernetics, but it's
Especially
not.
if they're like higher class.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's not because uh, it's so they become better weapons of war. It's mostly because their bodies are failed so much that they need them, and without them, they're nothing more than just old men fighting, really. Whereas the strong, they'll basically look at a good functional arm and say, you know what, this doesn't have enough bullets on it. Let's cut it off and replace it with a fully functional arm cannon.
Hey, so you
And
know
we're
how
not
I was
being.
posting all those funny Warframe pictures earlier today?
Mm-hmm.
That person made a comic where a character's hands got bitten off by those sand skates. And Tengus took
Okay.
one look in and said, okay, I know how to fix that, and gave him chainsaws for hands.
Exactly. That's basically what the Strogg are like. They're like, uh, yeah, exactly. They're kind of like, you know what, this thing needs more change. That's basically what the Strogg are. And that's why I think that it's very obvious that the Grineer are heavily inspired by the Strogg. That's very clear, but they're not fully inspired. Like
Mm-hmm.
we actually don't see like with the Strogg, you see the metal painfully welded into the skin, and you see muscle and bone, and you see the wires just underneath a layer of skin. Where with the Grineer, it's more, it's very clean. You see where the cybernetic graph point is, and that's it. There's no dangling flesh or anything of the nature or anything of that sort. But the ghouls, they can get away with that. They have an excuse to be this gnarly, almost Strogg-like enemy.
I died.
Yeah, I kind of figured as much. So, like I said, if they were created to be a reference to the Strogg, specifically the more brutal and menacing uh, Strogg, then I'm all for it. I'll say, yeah, go for it. In fact, I'm even hoping that in the future we'll see more messed up Grineer, and actually get Strogg-like forms. Would be nice to fight the old enemy again.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. I I am nostalgic of the days when I could fight space cyborgs and feel nothing but good feelings over it. Okay, yeah, thank you, thank you, Creeper. Yes, they really do look remotely similar. And again, I'm willing to believe it is a reference to DE's previous work. Still, all the same.
How come I don't remember the the actual name of the song, but I imagine you'd be like when you talk about having nostalgia for killing something, I immediately think of that super happy song from SpongeBob where he's singing about having a fun time.
Singing about having a fun time.
I don't
That's
having a
very.
wonderful day, something like that. Like sing. I don't remember the song.
It's the best day ever.
No. It's like got that really annoying girlish voice from a dude. I don't remember the song. But it's weird.
No, actually, the devs, the devs actually did work on Quake 4, I believe, or one of the Quake games. Digital Extremes, yeah, they worked with. You know what? I'm gonna look just to make sure. Just to be on the safe side. All right, let's see here. Dark Sector. All right, so they made The Darkness 2, Unreal, Bioshock 2, Unreal Tournament, Sword Chaos, the Star Trek game, Unreal Tournament, Pariah, Unreal Championship, Ekbit Ball, Bioshock
No,
1.
that's not it.
Bioshock 1, Homefront, Silver Ball, Monaro. No, so they didn't. No, I could have sworn they worked on. Let me check. Click. Yeah, London, Ontario. Huh. So they worked on the Unreal games, or they never worked on Quake. That's surprising.
Let's see if I remember where to go from here.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. They would have been sued for obvious rip-offs, but you know they put again. The theme of tonight is if you're gonna copy something, put your own spin on it. Yeah, I think that covers everything really. Unless there was something else you wanted to talk about the ghouls.
The ghouls need to go away.
No, they do not.
Yes, they do.
No, they are fun, and you will leave them alone.
They're annoying.
Yeah, yeah. Quake, Unreal Tournament is based on or heavily modified Quake engine. But no, they look cool and they're fun to kill, especially with a shotgun.
I like killing them at a distance, very least, if I'm able to, like with Titania.
No, but that's not as fun.
Yes, it is.
No, you don't actually see them flying backwards, screaming when you shoot them from a distance. Like, oh.
That's good, because one of them explodes.
Oh, you're talking about the expired. Actually, you know what's crazy? They've never exploded for me. Every time I kill them.
They do eventually.
I think it has something to do with like how quickly you kill, at what range you take them out. Hey, I'm just saying, I enjoy the ghouls and I want them to stay.
I don't.
They don't have tits. Just that's the easy answer to everything. All right. So I guess we covered the ghouls, and we are
Ow.
of the evening.
I blew myself up
And
a little bit.
Oh, LT says, it was tiny living in the sunlight. Then, question mark?
Yes, that's the one. That is the song.
Here, I'll, for Creeper, I will link to an image of the ghouls real quick.
Are you wanting me to put that on stream?
No. I'll just link it to the stream chat.
I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think YouTube will allow that.
No, I guess not. Oh, fuck you too, YouTube. Fuck you too.
Fuck.
Trying to, you know what? Never mind. I'll show you more in private. Creep. All right. So. On to our last topic for the evening, then. Anthem. So, has anyone here heard of the game Anthem?
First time hearing it.
Basically, how do I describe? Anthem is, I want to say, a kind of post-apocalyptic Earth world, something like that. I mean, it looks pretty. Ruins, plant life, people living in a giant city. Looks very nice. Looks very pretty. And you play as some sort of mercenary badasses who use gigantic exosuits to leave the city and basically like take on bounties, kill aliens, that kind of thing. Like this, it's like a weird kind of bounty hunter feeling game. And personally, I find it interesting. I like the concept. Seems pretty cool. However, that said, I need to stress this. We all know that this game is going to fail. And
I should have done this in the break, but I need to get up real quick.
GG. Yes, it does look like what Destiny could have been. And yes, the season pass cancer. But the other issue that Anthem has is it is. All right, just to clear everything up, HH is leaving. She's